My dear friend, Pastor Simon Peter Otudo, thank you for joining me today. I will explain. Yes, thank you. I will explain to people what it is that we've been doing together for some 5 years or more now with Children in Need Uganda. You and I partnered those years ago, and we developed a ministry together to raise money in America to be given to you with no money spent here. And the money is used by you and your organization, Children in Need Uganda, to help children there. And when we set out, we anticipated about 100 children in need of schooling. We decided to try to rent a school. So you rented a school building, you painted it, you built latrines, you put in fences to protect the children. And then we had almost 300 children show up. And we didn't want to turn them away. So we brought them all into the school system. You hired 14 teachers to teach them. For one whole year, you also provided them with food for lunch. Almost 300 children from all of the grades, approved by the government of Uganda, received their certificates for 1 year of schooling. But we were then forced to close this school because of lack of funds. And we did, over the next period of time, sometime, we did manage to raise the money to pay the teachers their back salary that we had owed them. And we've paid everybody every penny. And with the money that I was able to raise here over the last few years, we had some thousands of dollars that you have put down on a piece of land there. And that brings us and all of our viewers and people joining us for the first time to where we are today, that we are trying to continue to complete the purchase of the land, and that you have plans there with Children in Need Uganda to build upon what we had done in the past with your community and to start something that can be sustainable to ultimately help children there. Welcome. That's a summary. Now you tell us what we're going to do together, my brother. Thank you.
Wow, yeah, it is nice to hear you, Brother John. And I want to take this opportunity to thank God for having used you for all those, for that time. I remember the time we met and the ideas that we put together, we are able to do that like as you have explained that. It has really puzzled my mind and my heart so much to see the suffering children that we have here in our community and in Uganda. And this enabled me to start up this organization called Children Need in Uganda. Out of the funds that you were able to send, I was able to talk to some few people around, and we were able to locate land. And it was the land is almost 2 acres. And strategically, it is not so far from the highway from Bale to Juba. So, and out of the money that you sent, we have been in a position to deposit $3,000 and in total they need 11,500 shillings, 11,500 USD. So, and it is out of that we are trying to see how we can really try to raise up the money so that we can clear up the pay off the land. And out of that, we plan to, we need to have a school. We need to build a school for these children in that land. And we also plan to have a health center, a medical health center in the same land, God willing. That's the plans that we have.
Now, do you have a small store, or have you been able to do anything? Or also, you had talked about perhaps offering paid daycare services to help raise some of the money. Are those things that you still explore? Are those possibilities?
Actually, our initial plan, our plans for Children in Need Uganda, there are 3 things. One, we want to improve the standards of these children by giving them quality education. That's by having our own school. Then, by after having a school, we need also to have a medical center so that it can help us treating these vulnerable children. Then the third thing is a store. A store, this will be one of the most important things that we look forward, because out of the store, it will be something that will be an income generating activity, so that for the sustainability of the of SINU of Children in Need Uganda. Yes, initially I had thought of beginning something small as a store, and we hired. We got a room, but we have not yet stocked. We don't have capitals that we can stock in. But it is one of our plan, a school, a medical center, and a store as an income generating activity for SINU.
So right now then, to complete the purchase of the land, you mentioned $11,500 US for a 2-acre piece of land that can be used for commercial purposes. And we have already put $3,000 down US on that. The balance of $8,500 is what we need, and that includes all legal fees and transfer costs and everything, correct? And at that point, CNU will own this land to build on for the future. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. Currently, we already have an agreement we already have, we already have an agreement that we have deposited that money, and the land will be ours. So we are only waiting to see, after clearing it, then we shall have all other legal documents. Then we can also have, our lawyer will work out on the process of the land title and everything.
Very well. So at this stage, I think what we'll do is we'll break, because we will be talking about some other needs that you have that we will separately ask people to contribute to. But for these purposes, we have demonstrated that you do use the money that we provide here from America in a very meaningful way to help people there, and that we have a plan to try to help the young children there by buying this piece of land and then taking more steps towards creating a permanent support for them. So I too am very blessed to have spent time with you, my dear friend, over the last few years, and we will continue to work together to find a way to improve life for people there. And it's been a gift for us, because so many people have been able to enjoy this ministry of yours, because we can give so much to you, which is a small sacrifice for us as Americans by our standards. So I am hoping that people will support your ministry there and your effort to create the school for the children. And I thank you for your time today, and we'll break. Anything else you would like to say to those here in America that have been supporting you or who will support you?
Wow, thank you so much. I would like to tell my dear brothers and sisters over there, please, the door is open for the ministry here in Uganda, and please stand with me, support me as we help these vulnerable children so that they can also have a future, a good future, a healthy future that can really change their families and their households. So my prayer is that please stand with me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.